All right. I opened up the wrong paper. Give me a minute.
The wrong paper. 7 a.m., folks.
7 a.m.
Right?
Thanks for joining another episode of Playing the Artist. This is a show where we just precisely do what the show's called, just trying to play the role as an artist and try to figure this out. My name's Antoine Marchildon. I'm very tired, and joined as always is Alex. Alex, how are you?
I'm fine.
You still look pale as ever. You were in Hawaii. You still look pale.
I do not tan. It's not a thing that happens. I don't really burn. I don't go into the sun. Despite being in Hawaii, I find ways. I don't know. I was out quite a bit. I actually have increased a shade, in saturation and darkness.
Yeah.
But despite having achieved that, I'm still incredibly pale.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah. If you really had a good close look at me, then I think you'd see a little something.
I'm sure.
But I don't recommend it.
You don't recommend sunlight?
I don't recommend having a good close look at me.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, bud?
Yeah. Hey.
What's up?
Any stupid questions? I have great news. My Patreon has been approved.
From EA?
I've been consented by the mothership to do this thing.
You mean them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
What happens if they would have said no?
Then my plan was to, still continue with the work, but I don't know, maybe quit or, like our friend Kevin got a new job recently and he's really stoked about it. And one of the reasons he's stoked is that
he gets Mondays off.
Yeah, it's reduced hours per week.
And he's getting paid more.
Hours. Maybe it is, but it's less days a week. Yeah, he's getting paid more. And he gets to do whatever he wants in his spare time, right? So I was thinking, man, like he's working 4 days a week. He's going to have all this extra time. And, Kevin, we know how he's going to fill that time. He's going to be doing work. I know he's always coming to me. Oh, this guy, he reached out to me and he wanted to offer me this and this and this. He's always talking about the opportunities he can't partake upon, right? And Kevin, I'm sure, if you unleash him, he'll bite off more than he can chew because he just loves doing the work. So
I'm sure, but I think he's at a point now where he's more focused on himself, which is good.
That's good. Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling he will. I think he will do.
All the work he's going to be doing is going to be for him. You know what I mean? For his brand or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, could be. Well,
I got the footage, by the way.
Which? Oh, you got your YouTube footage?
No, the Kickstarter footage.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. That's what you were like. That's what you were like harping on me for like the longest time was getting something filmed. So I got a bunch of stuff filmed. Now I got to edit it, and I just got Premiere Pro, like a proper Premiere Pro. It's just per month, right? So I was just like, it's $22 a month. I just need it for 1 month, and,
Oh, perfect.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, got a bunch of cool shots, and gonna be doing some color correcting today. Learning about first I gotta learn how to set up a project, and color correct.
There's a lot of options there. Like in Premiere, you really have to set up everything beforehand. I feel like.
You feel like? Are you saying you feel like because you've never touched it before?
I'm saying because I may not know enough to work in the way I work in After Effects, where I just open up After Effects,
Uh-huh.
I start bringing in media, and I sometimes change the aspect ratio or whatever my canvas size is, like after the fact. Like, you ever open up Photoshop and decide I want more pixels, and so then you make it a little larger, like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like you can just it's a lot easier for me, at least. I know how to just change the canvas if I need to. It just happens to be a video. Whereas with Premiere, it's like, oh, you gotta like imagine this film reel that you're using. Like, it asks you these questions like,
Yeah.
we're using 32 millimeter film or whatever. I don't know the millimeters, but if you're a video guy,
I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think for some reason you sound more worried than me, and I'm the person that's going to be editing it.
yeah.
I don't think it's hard. I got the footage. I got a bunch of stills. Do a tutorial. If I can't figure it out, Google some stuff, and Kevin knows some stuff. Ask Kevin. You know what I mean? It's just like no point crying over it. Just gotta get in there.
Just get in there.
I'll deal with any issues that come up when they come up. That's about it. That's all I can do. I forgot to do my Instagram post. Whatever, I'll do that later. I was gonna say, yeah, I got 18 days left.
Yeah. So is this the last piece of content for the Kickstarter that you need to like fill in?
No. I still have to do a little bit of. I have to do like 2 other stills for the Kickstarter page in the features area, and I still have to do other promotional stuff, like promotional shots for the Kickstarter for like Instagram and Twitter and Thingiverse as well. And I still want to fix up one model. I also made 15 more models. So instead of 70 models, I'm offering 85 now. So that happened. And also 2 more tiers on the stretch goals. So another 8 in total. So yeah. A lot of models.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to Google your website right now just to like see your page again, just to refresh my head as you're speaking about this, and maybe bring it up just because someone might have missed last week's episode when we actually had a look. Not to critique it or anything, just to
last week we didn't do one last week. You bailed on me.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. So no one definitely would have seen that episode either.
Yeah.
That was the episode Antoine did by himself in the shower.
What? What are you talking about?
It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't
exist. Your website? What's the name of your website again?
It's District.
Oh yeah.
0012/Squarespace, I think. Why? Why do you want to bring it up so badly?
I forget. I had a reason, but now I forget.
Whatever. Who cares?
Oh, I know. I wanted to know if you had a banner made. It looks like you kind of do. Yeah.
What do you mean?
District 12, like something to put on the top of a website, a banner.
Okay.
Because you said you had a few more images.
I'm
trying to figure out. I guess
I was. What do you mean by? I said the images stuff is going to be for Instagram and stuff like that, and like the website. The website's just there to like give a little bit more information about the Kickstarter, and then also it's just full. Like everything is just linked. Everything you click on that page pretty much links you to the Kickstarter page, the launch page. Oh, by the way, I got what is it? 139 followers on the page.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
These people are immediately alerted once you're. Yeah, that's what it is.
Once I'm live. Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm so upset with myself right now because the reason why I'm so tired is yesterday, Monday, I decided here's a great idea. Why not I download Premiere Pro, and since that's downloading, I'm going to go out and eat garbage and bring it back home and eat more garbage. And I did that, and Premiere Pro downloaded, and I was like, oh man, sure I'm sleepy. I should take a nap. And I think it was like 1 o'clock, and then I woke up at 6:30. So like I slept for like 5 hours, and I was like, ah, for fuck's sakes, I need to get some work done. So I did some work. I actually got some work done that I wanted to get done because since I made new models, I had to feature them and I had to show them off. Like I took renders of them and I put them like in the like what I'm offering page in my Kickstarter page.
Yeah,
I had to like cram them in, put them into the new tiers and stuff like that, and then I did all that, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna back up some files and stuff, and then it was probably like 2 o'clock when I got into bed, and I didn't get any sleep. Probably maybe an hour. Maybe I had a weird fucking nightmare, like a reoccurring nightmare. Like it was like slowly diving off to sleep, and I would wake up because I was trying to film. I was like a filmmaker in this dream, and I'm trying to film like a horror slasher film, but the horror slasher is like a real like serial killer. Like I'm filming a real serial killer, and nobody wants to do this last shot. And the last shot is person's in a tub taking a bath, and then the serial killer is like trying to kill this person with an angle grinder. You know what an angle grinder is, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
An angle grinder is just like a grinder that just grinds off steel.
Yeah.
And it just spins at like a high velocity, and it just grinds off steel. And it's yeah, it looks like a little flat. It looks like a really flat. No, it's not a belt. It looks like a flat hockey puck, like a really, really flat hockey puck.
Oh.
And the blade, it's not a blade. It's like almost like a piece of steel that will slowly deteriorate, and it grinds off steel. And nobody wants to do the shot. None of the actors, and I'm the director, so I'm like, well, I'll be the person that this real serial killer that I'm trying to navigate him, not trying to kill me with this angle grinder, but trying to get the shot to make it believable so I can get the shot for my film. It was fucking weird. And I was like trying to like essentially communicate with a crazy person with an angle grinder, being like, okay, just bring it close enough that you don't hit me and stuff. And it was just so fucking weird and just like nerve wracking. I was just stressed out the whole night. It was like coming back to me, not back, like it happened twice. Like I went to sleep and I had the dream. I was like, what the fuck? And I like went to the bathroom and I came back, went back to sleep. Same fucking dream. I was just like, ugh, fucking just distraught. So I know, right? It's so fucking strange.
Left.
Sorry?
That happened to me when Doom 2 came out. It was like I go back to bed. I'm back in Doom 2.
Because you were playing it too much.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, 12.
That happened. That's happened to me too with the video games too. I think that's happened to me with Dishonored. I think.
Yeah.
Dishonored 2. But and then I was gonna get up early today and do exercise, but I didn't do that. But I forced myself to just like pump out some push-ups and squats and stuff, and then I took a cold shower. So I'm still like, I don't know, just aggravated because of I'm just tired and upset with myself from yesterday because I didn't get as much work done, and also just eating badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It was just like I'm in the home stretch right now, and it's just like, why did I do that? Like
Well,
I
I
you
mean,
know what I mean?
I guess you don't want to mess up your whole day, but like you kind of, if you're bothered in the middle of the night, you have the freedom to. But maybe you're still tired, but
No, I'm tired. That's the thing.
yeah.
It's not because I was. It wasn't because I was tired, but like, oh, here's another thing that was stupid. Since I got up at 6, I was like, oh, I want to stay up and do work, but I need some energy, so I have a pot of coffee, a whole fucking pot of coffee. It's just like, oh, why did I do that? It was just all these stupid things, one after the other.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do that. I can't think of an example, but I do know the feeling of like, did you have to really like? Did you really have to do all that? Did you have to eat all that whatever you just ate, or?
No, I didn't have to do any of that.
But you still do it for some reason, You still like.
I think I just think back to Stephen Pressfield's book there, War and Art, like Resistance. You know what I mean? Where it's just like the fucking, I don't know. There's like this weird entity that's just like lurking, trying to like pull you down, to like try to give you an excuse not to do the work. You know what I mean? It's like self sabotage essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. So I just need to.
And it's like when you give yourself an inch to like, hey, you've earned this. Have yourself a little cheat meal or whatever reward you've decided to give yourself. You give yourself an inch, but you take a mile and you overstep big time. Yeah. Like when I was in Hawaii, there were so many times where like, let's go out to eat. And I just like over order or a lot of time it's sort of like a buffet or a la carte thing. I'm just like, I'm going to get that too. I'm going to get that too. And then I like eat myself into this depression because it's like I'm not functional afterwards.
Yeah.
But the food's really good anyway. It's not as bad because it's not work related, I guess, and it's kind of the idea of going out somewhere.
You're on holiday.
Yeah, but you're still like overdoing it. You're still like, man, asking yourself, was that really necessary? And the answer is no. Like, why did you have to grab that extra musubi? And so I don't know. It's like staying disciplined even when you feel like you're in a moment where you don't need to be. You still kind of need to be. It's like waking up every day, waking up in the morning because that's what you do, not because you have to be somewhere. Pushing this routine of being a decent human being and taking care of yourself and doing the right thing. Cleaning up your apartment, even though you have no guests coming over, that sort of thing. I think it applies to, maybe, I guess, eating habits or whatever your vice may be, like keeping it in check, even when there's really nothing motivating that directly. But it's going to happen again. So at the same time, don't let it derail more than it already has. Might as well
I know.
Put it behind you, move on. Man, I got almost no sleep last night myself. I went to bed around 1:30, but I couldn't sleep. And Sam, she was up late. She came to bed like around 2-ish, and I was still awake. And like, I just couldn't. I was partly, I don't know. I'm just like getting old and sensitive to caffeine. I think I had a coffee at like 3 p.m. and it just kept me awake, or I was just kind of stoked about my Patreon, and I was working on stuff like at like midnight last night, and I just couldn't turn my brain off. So, and I woke up this morning feeling like kind of like you did, like, man, I didn't get any sleep, but I was definitely dreaming, although I don't remember what, but I know I was dreaming about something. So I guess I must have gotten some degree of sleep. But today I'm going to be, there's no way I'm operating on any more than 4 hours of sleep today, but that's okay. I'll just drink more coffee. That's the plan.
Yeah, I can't go back to bed because everything, the whole fucking sleep schedule's gonna be fucked up, and then I'm gonna really kill myself. So I'm just gonna power through this until it gets like considerably, you know, a decent amount of time late. Like if I get like I don't know, I think I could muster through till 7 o'clock. I think, and then hit the hay. But yeah,
you might be better off at some point just to get some rest, and so that when you're actually working, you're working at full capacity, not this kind of sleepy, drunken working.
Sleepy, drunken. Yeah, I've been not reading, but there's this guy I follow on YouTube. He does this thing called I think it's keynotes. I think it's called study notes, and he reads these books of like different stuff. Like there's this one called Habit, and it was just like a book that was just that just talks about how to form habits and how you form unhealthy habits. And what he does is essentially he gives a summary, like study notes of that book, and it's not just like 10 minutes. It's like depending how big the book is and depending on how many notes he has taken, he like talks about, he like does an essay and he talks about the whole like book, right? And he did one on War on Art, and I've read that one before, and it was really good. It was really nice to like listen to it because it was like a refresher, and it was probably like I think it was like an hour and a half long thing, and it was like a good refresher. I was like, oh, that was nice. It was like I was like, it reminded me like, oh yeah, the tropes of resistance and all that stuff. But then also there's this one on habit. I'm probably going to re-listen to it again when I'm not doing work, because maybe when I put it on when I'm like, I don't know, cleaning the apartment or something. But it's just talking about habits. So yeah, it's interesting to try to learn about that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm going on a tangent right now.
Yeah. So does
but I was trying to get. But anyways, what I was going to try to talk. Sorry to cut you off. What I was trying to talk about before. I've said this before, where there's this like. It's going to sound very hippy dippy, but there's like the light has to be equally matched with the darkness, and if it's not balanced, you like ping pong one like too far to one side, and then you have to ricochet back almost. So it's like,
yeah,
like I was doing good and I was like on cloud 9. I was excited. I'm getting more followers and stuff, getting work done. I got new interesting stuff I made, and I made more stretch goals and more models, blah blah, and like it's getting closer to the deadline, and it's been nice out. I've been going for walks. I've been like walking around the quay there on the water and like hanging out with Gavin. I'm taking these cool like taking these cool shots, these cool videos and stuff. I'm really excited to like make a video and stuff like that. And it's just like it's almost kind of like, I don't know, like it had to balance itself out. So it's almost like it's, I don't know, there was like a moment where I had to be a little bit sabotaging and doom and gloom and stuff, and like the stress like poured in.
Yeah, that's dark side stuff. The bad habits.
Yeah,
it's funny though, because you're right. Like you need the balance, right? Because I think like we're talking about, there's this dark side of your personality, right? And there needs to be balance though, because you can't just be Ned Flanders all the time. Like for example, staying up till 2 or 3 a.m. when you're impassioned and losing sleep, but doing some good work and maybe advancing your skills. That's technically, I think, like dark side stuff. You know what I mean? You're kind of sacrificing your health a little bit, but you're making gains in some way.
Yeah. No, you know what? You just you talking, you sparked something up. I haven't been exercising.
Mm-hmm. That's like exercise is like, it's just really good for you.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real downside to it.
No, but I haven't been exercising.
Yeah, that could be a big deal.
So maybe like that. Maybe I don't know. Probably like my anxiety or my my focus
Mm-hmm.
fell off the rails so hard last night. Not last night, but like yesterday, is because maybe like I don't know, because Joe Rogan said this once where he's saying like exercising is kind of like he was sorry, the example he gave was like something like everybody has a battery full of like energy, and if you don't disperse some of that energy, it overflows, and it makes people
Mm-hmm.
what's the word I'm looking for, like very like impulsive, like what's this, like they get an idea in the head and like they do it, like blah blah blah, like this is happening, and they don't think, and they don't remain like I don't
Yeah.
know, I guess you could say
Science, but
focused.
I do think there's something to depleting your battery and then recharging it fully is like the way to go. It's the way your body is designed to
No,
operate.
I don't mean like charging your I mean like the battery's always like sorry, like there's like this kind of like not energy. I'm not talking about battery in energy form. I think what he was talking about, Joe Rogan, he was talking about it was almost kind of like I don't know, like an anxiety battery or something like that, where it just keeps filling and filling and filling. And the only way to like drain it so it doesn't overflow and get into other parts of your life is you got to exert it through, I don't know, like mental or physical means, right? And so
people are a conduit of energy, and it's designed to kind of like we're designed to absorb it and expel it and use it. I do think the battery analogy is like an adequate, valid one. Like, I've heard that, from like sleep doctors and stuff. I don't know. I can't cite a specific one, but beyond just Joe Rogan's typical bro science, because sometimes he's like, he'll advocate all kinds of weird shit as well.
he also says a lot. Don't listen to me. I'm a dummy that talks to smarter people. So
Yeah.
he also says that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or one thing when it comes to exercising, I think it was Jordan Peterson that said this or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was him. He was talking about forest fires, and that forest fires need to happen because there's dead wood, and dead wood falls off and it scatters around, and then it needs to burn, and once that burns, it burns the topsoil so that the rich soil can come up and be more fruitful, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Right. However, though, if you don't burn, if that dead wood, that dry dead wood, doesn't burn, and it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking, and you don't let it burn, and then when it does burn, it burns so hot it burns the top layer of the soil, and then it kills all the nutrients in the soil. And then also you get a massive fire that goes rampant and starts killing even more. It starts killing and destroying even more, right? So
they say that happened to us in BC, like a couple years ago when we had those crazy fires. There was a lot of old wood.
Yeah, of course. So in a weird way, I think exercising, like I've never had like a bad day.
Well, if you had like,
you know what I mean, when I've exercised, when
yeah,
I've like exerted myself in the morning, you know what I mean? Like it's always beneficial. Like no matter what, even if I have a shitty day, I still feel better about myself because I like worked out. Like there's no what's the word I'm looking for? What's the opposite of benefits?
Detriments.
Yeah, there's no detriments like ever, and I just need to do it, and it just takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's it. And it's like, just do it, Antoine. You feel better, and you're a better person because of it, and everything's better when you do it. And fuck, I don't know. I gotta focus. I gotta focus on my health. Sorry, I shouldn't. I mean, what I should be doing is I should be balancing my health and my work. That's what I should be doing. And so, since I'm focusing on my work, I'm not focusing on my health. I'm deteriorating, and I'm getting anxiety and all that fun stuff. So, I think that's the solution, Alex. Is I need to get my body moving in the mornings.
Well, you know what sounds like a brush fire to me, like in this analogy?
Did you say brush?
A brush fire.
It's bush.
Bushfire?
Yeah, bushfire. No.
We could Google it if you really want to get into it.
If you want to argue about it, no, it's whatever. Okay, let's see this brush fire.
I feel like even on this show, you've had this. You've come to me and you said, "Ah, Jesus, I've eaten 18 pizzas. I feel terrible. I made this bad decision."
I wouldn't be an artist. I'd be a professional eater.
I wonder.
I could eat 18 pizzas.
I mean, maybe you can't. Maybe you don't have that kind of control. But like burning a small fire every day instead of waiting to do a massive fire. Like if you had one slice of a fresh, hot and fresh, whatever pizza per day, that was like a manageable amount of calories that you could outpace if you worked out regularly, instead of the binging. Like, do you feel like you deprive yourself all week and then Friday hits and then it's like, oh Jesus?
No, it's not that. It's not that.
A landslide, cakes and bonbons.
It's not that. It's more of like, I don't know. It's more of like more like a campaign. Like there's like the it's like very peak and like the peaks and valleys are very high when it comes to like me being eating wise healthy. It's very like doing really good and then really bad just as long. Really good, really bad just as long.
You go extreme the other way with you when you like commit to a diet, right? You like you're able to commit to extreme diets like that. I feel like
I've done that a couple times, but still, like that's
like somebody who doesn't binge eat, I don't think would have the willpower to like complete some of the diets you've done, like where you only drink soup for 3 months, or where you eat potatoes, nothing but potatoes for 2 weeks, or when you like eat paper for a month and a half with salt. It's like, I don't think like somebody who I can just imagine a lot of people who are like, I can't do that, but those are the same people that don't like, the entire box of ice cream.
Eat like an animal. Box of ice cream? What the hell? What? Where do you get your ice cream? Boxes of ice cream.
You've eaten a box of ice cream sandwiches. So.
Oh, ice cream sandwiches. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I'm kind of like an alcoholic when it comes to that stuff, man. When it comes to like junk food.
Yeah. Yeah. I I do have a habit where like I sit down. Sometimes if I'm lacking motivation, I sit down at the desk and I have my bowl of corn nuts keeps me going. Just keep popping those things as I go. I rates to like as much as you're describing, but kind of feels
once I start eating, my work speed and my work quality starts going down.
Yeah, you can't really be engaged in your art and also be shoving chips in your mouth.
George St. Pierre said something. He said, when do lions perform their best? When they're hungry, because that's their job. They have to go eat, right? So it's like he was saying like he doesn't eat before training or fights because he doesn't want his energy to be zapped at all. So it's just like that hunger like in a physical form towards his desire of the thing he wants to do becomes easier. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and Pete from One Fantastic Week, he even says that too, where he's like, the moment he eats something, all his fucking productivity goes down. And I believe him. I'm pretty much the same way. So I'll drink coffee in the morning, which technically it's not fasting when you drink coffee because that breaks your fast. But it's like a liquid and it's not like something heavy, right? So it's a little bit more manageable.
I don't think the answer is to like be starving while you're doing art and be like craving a sandwich. I think I would just like separate eating from art time and like try to eat before, be reasonably, nourished going into it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. What we were
really
talking about was just like when because you were talking about you have corn nuts in front of you and you like power through. And I'm saying like that doesn't work for me. Like I just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And I don't just eat the whatever's in front of me. It's like whatever's in the cupboard, it's gonna be gone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like what I'm saying is like
I just need to have a little bit more discipline.
Sure.
No, you don't think so?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Kevin?
He does.
I'm
sure.
what was I going to say?
So what are you doing today? You're just doing
today?
You gonna do some exercise today then? When are you going to do it?
Well, I did a little bit before the show here, but I already took a shower, so
okay.
I'll probably go for a walk, I guess. But I'm going to... Sorry?
Great. I like did so much walking. Like I didn't even gain weight on vacation because we just did like so much walking.
Yeah.
I think I lost weight on vacation despite all the overeating I did. Because I didn't really do any exercise aside from just trekking all over the place. Probably like
that's good.
10 kilometers a day of just
10 kilometers. That's like what? 5 miles? I don't know.
It's not far, really, when you think about it. It's like pretty easy to do if you got somewhere to go. But I think if you can do your 10K in a day, whether it's walking or running or whatever you're doing, I think you're okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
You be on the
It's like
because if you're not gaining weight, you're losing weight, or if you're not losing, you're gaining. I feel like there's this. I don't think that like the idea of maintaining is like a realistic like mind space. I feel like you had a day where it's like I'm getting fatter today by my choices, or I got a little bit. I'm in the other direction and I'm getting better. Like maintaining this balance is like really tricky. And that's why it's easy for it to pile on because you're like, it's just constant one way or the other.
Especially for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I just need, man? It's like 3 days. I just need 3 days. 3 days of eating good and doing exercise, and I can get in a pretty tight groove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like if I have like one or 2 days that's kind of just shitty, or I miss workouts, and then it piles up pretty quick. But the same comes to if I want to get back into a groove. It takes about 3 days or 3 or 4 days, and then I can get into a good groove.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm going to Gen Con. It's official. I got my tickets. I got my hotel, and I'm going to go in the summertime. I'm going to be partaking in God knows what RPG games and how did I say that weird?
Adepticon is
Which one's that?
It's like miniature stuff.
Oh,
board
is it
games?
More on miniatures, or is it?
It's more miniature stuff and board games and RPGs and wargaming and all that fun stuff. They have painting competitions there and stuff like that. You ever heard of Golden Demon? You ever heard of that competition?
No.
It's like the Oscars, I guess you could say, of miniature painting. Yeah.
Is it associated with Cool Mini or not?
Sorry?
Is it associated with Cool Mini or not?
There's a bunch of different categories. So it like depends. There's like I don't know.
Doesn't really answer my question, but that's interesting.
I don't know what your question is. I don't know what the fuck your question is.
Have you heard of that website? It's called Cool Mini or Not.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, and you give them a quick rating.
It's yeah. You get like, it's kind of, I see Randy doing it all the time. He's got like a model up. He's like, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 1. And it's just like judging their paint job and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's so good at it. Like he's seeing things I don't see. But
what he enjoys.
Yeah, it's his thing. Yeah, and it seems pretty cool. Pretty much everybody who's like a serious figure painter has got a profile there. That's like the art station of miniature painting. Is a Cool Mini or not? And I'm way too embarrassed to show anything that I've painted right now.
Yes, you should be.
It's such a deep art.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
It's really challenging because it's so small. Things are small.
Well, there's a bunch of different techniques that makes it easier. But anyways, enough about our shitty.
Enough about art. Let's go back to overeating.
No. We're going back into art. So what's the next steps you're going to do now since you've been approved and you feel invigorated to do this Patreon and whatnot?
Oh, have a nap, probably. I'm just kidding. I'm going to. I've still got a little bit of work to do on my. So my welcome package is probably the closest. It's pretty close to complete. I just have to like do some editing on like some of my text.
Yeah.
But that's in a pretty good state, and I'm going to start sharing that. And like, a lot of I showed my Patreon, like my projection, my goal, my kind of my plan last week a little bit, and it's really image based. Like a lot of it is like I'm offering like a page of like a character description or like a card or something like that, and like I'm offering digital files. So I'm thinking about how I can share this stuff and get the awareness out and show it to people in a way that doesn't like just like post my deliverable, right? That isn't just like someone can't just download it and just print it and use it without paying in a way. Yeah. So I'm going to make some. I think the answer is like to make some animated GIFs of like what, or maybe video. Just make something that's in motion because that's like also kind of helps you. Yeah, it's cool and like it trends more or whatever.
Yeah,
it's more shareable for whatever reason. People engage more with it, and it's also prevents people from just like downloading your file that you're actually offering. So I'm gonna take my like that page I shared last week of the or last time we got on here of like this is what my welcome package is. I'm actually gonna make like a more like animated video or GIF. Probably I'm leaning towards just like trying to get it to be a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it, because I don't know. I think it's like maybe easier to post in more places.
Have you thought about showing your mug and talking?
I've thought about it. I think I might do that.
I think you should do it because I've noticed I've been looking at people's Patreons, especially in the 3D printing miniature department and other Patreons as well. I've noticed
some do, right? I think Artisans Guild.
So the ones that have a bigger following they have like a welcome video talking about what they're offering, and it shows their face and stuff like that, and the person is talking like this is what I want to do, and these are my plans, and this is what I'm offering, blah blah blah, and and just very very simple, and but they're like, it's I don't know, you're kind of like being like, oh look, I'm a creator, I'm an individual kind of thing, and then people are like, oh, you're an individual, I'm an individual, and I'll back this person because I like this person.
I have to really
even if you're frumpy and you got a monotone voice, you know what I mean? Just do it because it just makes you human.
Engage with that stuff. I have to really step out of my comfort zone, I guess, or like out of my own head to appreciate that, because I honestly, like, I don't need to, when I'm into like some art, like some of my favorite artists, like I didn't need to know what they look like. I just don't care.
But you are not your you are not your audience, and you are not your clientele, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So do the goddamn video. Make a YouTube channel.
I'll be honest, I'll do it, but I think about, like, people don't like Nintendo because of Reggie, Do you know who Reggie is?
Yeah, I know who Reggie is. But they sure like Nintendo for all those other cats.
Like who?
The guy that made fucking Super Smash Bros. You know what I mean?
Like Miyamoto?
That's not Super Smash Bros. That's the other guy.
Oh.
But yeah, Miyamoto's a big deal. He always shows up to E3 and shows his mug, right? And Sakurai's the guy that did Kirby and Super Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
They still make themselves present because they do these things in Nintendo Direct. You ever heard of this? Nintendo Direct?
Of course, yeah.
It's just like a video of like different people that are in charge of certain IPs, and they talk about their game and blah blah blah, and they describe a bit, and they're like, and now we're going to show you this. And so they put a face on each project. They put a face behind. Like when they first announced Splatoon, when that came out, they had the director come out, and he like did a little performance and like talked about his like game, right? And so then people say like, oh yeah, that's the guy from that does the Splatoon thing, right? They put a face to it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Sure.
Or Xbox, that fucking guy that always wears the leather jacket. That's clearly a size too small for him. If you know what I'm talking about. Or Bethesda.
Yeah.
That guy, that fucking asshole. Whatever his fucking name is. Howard something, I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, all those people are like they're like the front man of the product.
It was somebody there.
I think I'm going to do the same too, dude. When my time comes, when I need to do a Patreon, I might do it for
Kickstarter coming right now.
Sorry?
You can make the same argument for your Kickstarter.
Oh no, I'm probably going to have two videos because I took some footage of me. It's like the camera's just pointing straight at me, but downwards to the table and on the play mat. And I'm just going through different assemblies of like what you can do with my models, right? So I'm like building stuff and I show it, and then I like take a pause, and then I take some stuff off and I add some other stuff.
Yeah.
I put that, and Kevin was like, "Oh, you should do a little bit of a talk over on that." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Yeah, that might be actually good." So I might have the two videos, and like the second video of me assembling things and putting it together, I could have that in the features tab. So like at the feature tab, play that, and they could be like, like, "Oh, cool," move on, describing it or something like that.
Yeah. I think I just like a video that kind of focuses on the brand too. I don't know the answer whether those should always be separate or not. But when I just like Nintendo Direct, a lot of time is a guy talking over the content, you know. And
No, not all the time. A lot of time it's just like the guy talks a little bit, and then he's like, "Take a look at this," and then they show a video, and the guy, there's nothing. The guy's not talking, depending on what they're showing or what they're describing or whatever they're doing. Sometimes they do talk over that stuff. But
like, how often do you see Andrew Wilson in like an EA like hype commercial or like trailer or something?
Not a trailer.
At some point, you got to focus on the content, I feel.
Oh yeah, they do. You do both.
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson, he shows up at E3 and he does this.
Yeah.
And he says things like, "We're dedicated to giving the best experience."
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a good Andrew Wilson. I already see it.
I don't have the hair for it though.
Yeah. It's true.
I'm growing out the beard again, by the way, as you can see. It's really bad.
Is this a decision or is this out of laziness?
It started out of laziness, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just bring it back just because. Whatever. I've already noticed people like at till when I'm getting groceries or something like that. People at tills treat me differently. I think they treat me a little bit more like an adult.
With the beard?
Yeah. It's strange. It's very strange. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, maybe there's like this sweet spot where like your beard gets too long and people start like treating you like a child again. You know?
It makes full circle. I don't think so. I don't think it gets too long. I think it gets too long to the point where people are like, Jesus Christ, where did this guy crawl out of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The neck beard. Cool. Do it. Yeah, so I'm going to. I gotta finish up my welcome package, which is essentially like a monthly deliverable, and then I'm a little bit further behind on my first month, but I'm pretty close there too.
Wait, are you going to launch? When are you going to launch this thing?
I mean, within this month.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to do a video, dude.
Well, the thing about Patreon is it's not like a Kickstarter, right? Where you
can put videos in there. I know you can.
I know you can, but I'm saying like there's this gated amount of time that I have to maximize. There's no you can never start a Patreon too early, I feel. Because it's gonna last. It's there indefinitely, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be upgraded over time as well.
Okay.
I don't want to like put myself in the spot where I need this thing. I need that thing before I hit go. I want to hit go and I want to cultivate it as we go so that I'm not like resisting that go button because I really need to. I feel like I need to just get after it and dive into it a little bit too. But I also agree that doing a video is a good decision, and the Patreons that I like, they'll have, an introductory video and regular videos and that sort of thing. But I don't know if I'm going to make it be like this gate of like, I can't hit go until I've done it.
Fair enough. No, I agree.
The thing is, as soon as I have the content ready, I'm doing it. That's my plan. As soon as like the deliverables are in place and I can explain what they are, then, or even maybe not even that, like people can enjoy it as it is. But
have you thought about price pointing? Because we talked a little bit about that last episode.
Yeah, I think like.
What are you thinking?
I'd like the all-in, like what I really want people to like subscribe to, which is your final top kind of tier, without and not like this ambitious like tip me a lot tier, just like my all-in tier. I think I want to be around $5 or $6 because I don't know. I don't want to like. I just want to keep it. I want to keep it low, at least initially. And I think like if I look at some of the other Patreons of people who are established in this field, they get around, like 500 to 1,000 followers. And I think if I had that amount, if I can get to that amount, like as a working amount, like a sort of like a steady stream, and I'm making, $5 or $6 per person, that's enough for me to dedicate a lot of time to this. Like it's still, if it was $1 and 1,000 people back me at $1, like that's kind of, it's a bit too low. Like I couldn't even pay rent with that, because I do want this to become like something that is a business someday, right? That floats you. So I think the $5 mark seems realistic when I compare it to other Patreons in the space, and when I look at the number of followers that they attain. That I think like for example, like Artisans Guild, I think they're doing really good, and I can't imagine. I'm sure everyone can do better, but I think that they're at the top right now. So I can't expect to do better than them, for example, right? At least not with like years of like exposure and just dedication to it, and like putting my time in and that sort of thing, and getting to where they've gotten to. I just don't feel like that they're already pretty like, they're kind of saturated. Like the people they have is, I just don't know how big this market is, and it feels like what they have is like probably where it's at, So anyway, unless you change.
Wait, are you saying you don't want to mark it up too high because you feel that everybody is already with everybody else?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like if Artisans Guild has 2,000 people,
they have 4,000.
4,000? Okay.
Yeah, they make over 40. They make about $40,000 a month.
Oh, okay. Well, they're doing a lot better than when I last looked in at them. Because when I last looked, I thought it was like 1,500 or 2K or something like that. Must have been several months ago. But I don't want to like expect to like have more people than them anytime soon, for example, right? Like if I'm looking at the spectrum of success out there, that's the top, and the bottom would be,
zero.
But like, so I want to be like realistic about where I may fall once the ball gets rolling here, and if I can, my goal is to get to 1,000 people at roughly $5, and then that's 5,000 per release. Doing really quick math, that seems like a really cool number that's workable, right?
Okay. I think you should do 7, and I think you should do 100 early bird for 6. That's what I think.
Okay, why is that?
You got a cramp?
I got a cramp just now.
I think what you're offering is, I don't know. I just think it's a lot. I think it's a lot when it comes to like $7. I think I still think that's a bargain. $7.
I want it to feel like a bargain.
Yeah, $7 is a bargain.
You're selling like digital goods. Like I'd rather it feels like for right now, I want it to feel like a bargain, but I don't want it to be like $1 because
of course you don't want it to be $1.
There's a sweet spot, yeah, where it's like affordable and feels like a good deal, but you can value your stuff too low and cheapen it too, right? So
yeah,
that's the fear on the other side, I think, is like lowering the perceived value.
Yeah,
because that's all.
That's why I'm saying 7.
Yeah. Okay. All in for 6. Or I mean, early bird for 6.
Yeah.
Only $1?
Sorry?
You don't want an early bird at 5?
No, man. Do it for 6. every human being, if they want something, I don't say about everybody, but for pretty much every human being in the world, if they see something and it costs $1 less and it's the same exact thing, they would pick that one instead, right?
Yeah.
Because it just makes sense. It's like, I'm getting the same thing for $1 cheaper. Okay, that's great, fantastic. I think in the only place in the world that doesn't exist is like kind of like Japan, because I've heard like a liter and like a 600 milliliter bottle is the same amount of like Coke. Like a liter and a six, like, you know what I mean? It's the same amount of money, like in a vending machine. And the reason why like they're thinking is like, oh, I don't want that much soda, so I'm just gonna get the smaller one for the same price. So they're really thinking about like what I want right now, not about the price. Be like more North American and a European would be like, oh wait, this is cheaper. I'll get the thing for more. I'll get the more for the same price for this. You know what I mean? So they'd be like, of course, you know. So
even if you don't drink it. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry a big 1 liter bottle around. It's kind of awkward.
If you have a backpack, whatever. Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, I think. So.
Yeah, you're selling different things in different places. Like at a grocery store, you're kind of selling I'm saving money by shopping here a little bit. So you want to offer the bigger jugs. Okay, well, it's good. It's good feedback.
I know what you mean, because I've wrestled with this number for charging people stuff for a while now, and I've been changing my number for charging my tiers on my Kickstarter constantly. I'm always, not constantly, but I've changed it multiple times.
Yeah.
And I brought it up again because I made more models, and because there's more models, so I'm like, well, I'm going to put the price up a couple more dollars because there's more models to get now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like don't what's the word I'm looking for it? Yeah, don't cut yourself short, because then those are not the people you want to support you. Is people that just want, your stuff for the most ridiculous lowest price ever. You know what I mean? You want people to be like, hey man, this person's doing good stuff. I want to support this person. I'm going to give him the $7. You know what I mean? Or like, I really like this Kickstarter. I like what this person's about. I'm gonna pay the $60. You know what I mean? For the Kickstarter, or the 100, or the 300, or whatever. You know what I mean? As long as you have those tiers, right? And there's variety, you can like get the people that can afford that tier and get the people that afford the next tier and stuff like that. How many tiers are you gonna have, anyways?
I think 3. No, 2. No, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have 3. The STL only.
Okay.
The 2D files only. And so the STL, what I'm thinking is $3 for the STL for just the.
Okay.
$4 for the 2D goods, which is the illustration, the character sheet, and then the 3 items. Each character is going to get 3 items, and then the last tier is everything. So that'll be.
Well, no, you're gonna have 4 tiers.
Well, yeah.
Well, actually, no, because
each one, I think each one should have
an early bird thing.
An early bird.
Yeah, if you want to. So yeah, for just the STLs, you could have a $2 one and a $3 one, right? And then just for the digital goods, you can have a 4 and a 3, and then for all in, you have a 6 and a 7.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's good, man. That means you can have. Well, are you on each one? Are you going to have 100 slots?
Oh, I don't know. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where I haven't thought about it too much, but the last I did think about it, I thought 100 was fine.
Yeah, I think 100 is fine. Some people do higher.
Mhm.
But anyways, let's close up the show.
Let's put it down.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on another episode of Playing the Artist. This is a show we try to do every Tuesday. Pacific time Tuesday. Pacific time Tuesday. 7 o'clock Pacific time on Tuesday. If you want to help out the show, you can leave us a like and maybe subscribe to the channel and check out our other videos, or just watch, or just watch.
View it.
Alex, where can we find you?
Right now, it's Tiger Skull RPG at Facebook and Instagram, and I guess that's all right now.
All right then. You can find me on Forbidden Prints on Instagram, one word, Forbidden Prints on Thingiverse. If you want some free models to download for your home 3D printer. Forbidden Prints on Twitter, and I have a Kickstarter going on right now. And if you visit my Thingiverse, which is Forbidden Prints on Thingiverse, there's links there that can shoot you towards my Kickstarter. If anybody's watching this,
here, homie.
Yeah, February 28th is the launch and all that fun stuff. Anyways, Alex, I'll see you next Tuesday or sooner.
Yeah,
Honest. Yeah,
for sure.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. Good day. Bye-bye.